Let's go plant some badass shit. Let's plant this absolutely gorgeous black lace elderberry. So this is Proven Winners that I got at my local nursery. It's a Sambucus nigra. It's the Eva variety. You can see it right there. It has these pink blossoms on it, and it has this gorgeous dark purpley blackish toned foliage. So goth girls unite, you need this plant. It's also mildly toxic. Okay, maybe not so mildly. That affects where I'm planting it very significantly, because if dogs or kids eat the uncooked berries or ingest parts of the leaf or stem, they contain trace amounts of cyanide, and that could be very bad. But it's okay because there's no bad plants, just a bad location or a bad use for you. So we're planting this in the back of my food forest. Here's food forest. It's going to go back here for a variety of reasons. It's also going to cover all of that gnarliness, so that's a bonus. I'm planting it here for a few reasons. The first of which is that it does not share a fence with my dog's yard, and so you can hear them. They can tell I'm talking about them. They're not going to get sick from eating it. My friend's kiddos are not at risk because this is only a garden. You have to be let into it. It's fully fenced, so it's safe for those things. The other reason I'm planting down here is that these like water, like 1 to 2 inches a week ideally, and this is at the bottom of a very slight slope. So if you look behind me, you can see the rest of the food forest up there. It's very slightly sloped, which means this area gets a little bit more water than the rest of it. In permaculture design, you work with the landscape, you work with the areas, really makes the most of the area that you have. So I'm going to take my shovel and I'm going to amend the soil just a little bit. I've been adding mulch and stuff, so it's actually pretty okay. And there's lots of pine needles, which make an acidic soil, which this will actually like. But I am going to add a little bit of soil to the hole that I dig. I'm going to dig a big old hole, then we'll plop it in there. This is but a taste. Look at how pretty she is. You want a hole that's about as wide and deep as a pot. Exhibit A. And I have bronchitis, so good enough. So to make Eva as happy as she can be, we are going to take it out of the pot, place it in the hole, backfill it, and water. First we're going to mulch it. So we'll backfill it, mulch it like 2 to 3 inches. They like a nice thick mulch. And then water it nice and deep. And then she'll get to enjoy her new home. How exciting is that? And to get it out, I just pound on the pot a little bit, because who doesn't like a good pounding? I said what I said. You don't actually have to rough up the root ball much at all. These don't actually like the roots disturbed that much, so I pulled out the ones that were easy to do, and I'm not roughing up the rest of it. Don't forget the important part where you tell yourself that you will definitely wear gloves, and then you definitely do not do that. You're a dirty bitch, don't try to lie. And she is in! Looking lovely, mulched, beautiful. The other thing is that for all that she's dark and scary, she is also sensitive. So keep in mind that even though this is a big girl, she's gonna get, they say between 6 and 8 feet. I've seen them anywhere from 12 to 15. She's gonna be big, thick, with like 3 C's, which is just the way we like her. But she's kind of shallow rooted. She's sensitive. She has deep thoughts. So don't let like really deep seated roots and deep rooted weeds get settled in here. Don't let them do it. So if you see them bugging her, you got to come pull them out before they get really deep and start messing with her root system, because they start messing with her heart, with her roots, she's gonna be mad as hell. So keep that in mind. If there are deep rooted weeds around her, you don't want that. Here she is in her corner. She's probably going to take over this whole area eventually. They're pretty fast growers, and like I said, between 6 and 12 to 15 feet tall and wide, so she could get pretty big. And I have to move her emitter. We just put the system on drip, like this whole area on drip, and so she'll have a nice little water source. But we will get her watered in, and that's how you plant a black lace elderberry. Exciting stuff. But for real, this plant has been on my wish list for a while. I really want one. There's all sorts of medicinal uses you can use it for. That being said, it's very good that it's over here in that back corner and away from everything else, because I'm not kidding when I say it has toxic qualities. It can be poisonous to humans and animals. If small children or dogs or cats or whatever eat this in high enough dosages, it can be fatal. So take that seriously and keep that in mind as far as where you plant it and how you maintain it. Have fun. Remember, planting's punk rock.